And first off, I want to wish you all a very Merry Christmas. One of my most favorite parts of this time of year is the Christmas Eve candlelight service. And if you don't have any plans to attend a Christmas Eve service, I would like to personally invite you to Centerpoint's Christmas Eve candlelight service at the Prattville Marriott Conference Center. There's 3 different services for your convenience at 3 o'clock, 4:30, and 6. And the reason I'm making this video today is over the years I have observed that there is a certain stumbling block during the Christmas season that a lot of people just can't overcome. And some of them do so with spectacular failure. And I don't want that for you this year. This year I want you to have a great Christmas. And that stumbling block and threat to your well-being is candle wax. And I'm completely serious about this. When I think of the top villains to Christmas, number 1 on that list is man's sinful nature that necessitated Jesus being born into our world. But the second one is King Herod. He was a mad king. He killed lots of children. But the third one, candle wax. And I know what a lot of you are thinking right now. Jay, you beautiful madman. How are you telling me that candle wax is a bigger threat than corporate greed, the Grinch, or Old Man Potter? That's exactly what I'm saying. Have you ever tried getting candle wax out of the floor or the chair once it's hardened and solidified? It's impossible. It can't be done. Science hasn't found an answer yet. And if it has, it hasn't told me. Churches every year spend up to thousands of dollars throwing away chairs that have been destroyed by candle wax. And I don't want that for you. This year, I want you to be a Christmas Eve candlelight service winner. That's right, a winner. You didn't realize there's winners and losers in Christmas Eve candlelight service, but there are. It's important to start out letting you know that the losers of Christmas Eve candlelight service are the ones who get the wax on the floor and the ones who get the wax on the chairs. That's not going to be you this year. You and I are going to get through this together through 3 simple steps. Step 1, lighting the candle. So I'm not sure what exact format your church uses, but I imagine it's the same everywhere. It starts with a single lit candle, and that flame is passed from person to person until everyone in the church has a lit candle. Now, when your lighting passes from person to person, your job, once you have a lit candle, is to keep it parallel to the ground. Hold up, did I just say keep the candle parallel to the ground? That would mean turning it on its side, wouldn't it? No, what I meant was keep the bottom of the candle parallel to the ground. But I acknowledge that's not how most logical people think. So every time I use the phrase, keep the candle parallel to the ground, just imagine I'm really saying, keep the candle perpendicular to the ground. And don't worry, I'll throw in a helpful caption. Because that wax is going to become it's a bucking bull. You don't know where it's going to go. So what you need to do is, your neighbor comes in at a 90-degree angle and lights like so, and it passes on. Once you have your candle lit, it stays completely straight. Step 2, maintain. So once you have your lit candle, remember, paramount rule number 1, keep it parallel to the ground at all times. Because the wax, it's like the chaos effect. You don't know which way it's going to go. You don't know when it's going to go. And the church understands this is a tough battle. It's like David versus Goliath. And they're not sending you out there without any equipment. They're giving you the paper drip protector. And the biggest debate about using these is, where exactly do you put this on the candle? A lot of people like to have them real low because they want to believe they're in a Dickens novel and you're keeping away the ghost. But the problem with this is as the candle wax drips, it starts to pull right on your hand, and candle wax is very hot. Now, if you get burned at the Christmas Eve service, literally, you aren't a loser, but you won't feel like a winner, and we want to avoid that scenario. The other option that you see is people putting it way at the top. The problem with that is, if your candle's lit for too long, it will burn down, it'll pull up quickly, and you're going to have to make a tough choice of whether to lower it, and at that point it's too late, and you'll likely burn your hand again, thus not feeling like a winner. So like all things, in moderation, right in the middle is about the best place. Now this one's actually doing pretty good, but sometimes you might get a candle where the base is tipped. That's a recipe for disaster. You're going to have to do a little bit of maintenance. You might even have to put your thumb there to hold it in place. The candle needs to stay parallel to the ground. This needs to stay parallel to the ground. The wax will pull up here perfectly fine. Everything's okay. You're still a winner at this point. Let's take it home. Okay, at this point you're feeling good. Your candle's parallel to the ground. Your wax is collecting evenly on your little paper disc here, and the service is over and it's time to put out your candle. Now this is the most important part, and this is where most people end up failing. So, two things. You gotta put out the candle, but remember at the very top where the wick is burning, there's a little pool of wax. So if you huff and puff and blow the house down, you're gonna blow that wax everywhere. It's gonna be just a wax splatter pattern of chaos. You're hitting that chair, you're hitting that chair, you're hitting Grandma Shaw, she's upset. So you don't wanna do that. The other thing too is, you don't wanna kind of gently blow, because if it takes you more than one blow to put out a candle, you appear weak. And you don't need that in the Christmas season. You gotta appear, you're prime, you're the alpha, not the weak person who can't blow out a candle in one blow. It's not a trick, it's not a party candle. So, I hear a lot of you asking, well, how do I know what's just right? You could practice at home, but I'm gonna teach you a method of how to put out the candle that, one, spills no wax, and two, makes you look like the Super Bowl winner of the Christmas Eve candlelight service. But before I show you that, we're gonna have to review, and by doing that, we're gonna have to light these candles. So, let's get lit. A brief review before step 3. So congratulations, you're now the proud recipient of a lit candle. And because it's lit, the candle wax is now your enemy, and you can lose Christmas at this point. So let's be careful. The candle, parallel to the ground. The paper disc, parallel to the ground. You need to light someone's candle, they come to you. They come in at a 90-degree angle, light it, only takes a second. We're gonna set this in this cup. Ooh, I don't need to lose this demonstration. All right, next one, same thing. Coming in 90 degrees, just like that. Sometimes it takes a second to light up. So now, we're doing our songs, we're being careful. Uh-oh. That one's gonna wanna slide a little bit. It's fine, we're okay. So, we can conclude the rest of the service. Now it's time to blow out the candle. Like I said, you don't wanna huff and puff, and you don't wanna look weak. So here's how we do it. Step 3, extinguishing your candle. Now this is the big moment. Service is concluded. It's time to put out these candles. And this is the danger moment. Like I said earlier, this is the biggest failing point for people when they try to blow out these candles. They huff and puff, spray pattern of candle wax everywhere, or it takes them too many blows to blow it out and they look weak. You don't want to look weak. You're not going to when you do this. I'm going to teach you a trick that I learned in Boy Scouts. This is not to be confused with this is something that is endorsed by the Boy Scouts or taught to me as part of the program. It's just something I picked up. So here we go. Take your thumb, index finger, grab the tip of your tongue. All right, then it's out. And you know what? Everyone around you just saw that. They probably heard the sizzle and they're like, that man won Christmas. You can do it again. And here's the thing now. After the first one, you're gonna have a little bit of wax now on your thumb and forefinger. You can put out candles all day long. All day long. For the rest of the video, I'm just gonna light candles and put them out. So just wanted to clarify real quick, because I'm not sure if the video made it clear. I just want to show exactly what I'm doing and show you close up. So, off screen, I'm gonna grab the tip of my tongue. Yeah. And now, I need to stop looking through the camera and actually look. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab the wick. I'm gonna do it backwards. Okay, I'm gonna grab the wick and that's gonna snuff it out. And the saliva provides just enough moisture that it protects me from the heat. But you gotta, like I said, you can't be timid about it. You just gotta go in. See? All right, back to Jay. Now it's important to know, much like the gazelle is hunted by the lion does not go timidly after the gazelle. It doesn't go politely, it goes in. Same point with this. If you're scared to do this, Don't try it. Try it at home before. As always, practice. You can practice blowing it out at home so you get the right volume, or you can practice this way. Again, if you burn yourself doing this, not a loser, but you don't feel like a winner, but you'll look like a winner. If you do it with a straight face, if you have severe burns on your hands, you'll be fine. Pain goes away, but reputation lasts forever. So, my whole point in saying all this is, don't go in like, don't be afraid. Remember, fire is more scared of you than you are of fire. Yes, I said that right. So, another option, you want to do a different variety? Use 3 fingers. And you kind of trap the wick in between. Did you hear that? Winning. You can do it all day. So, I could do this all night and I'd have a blast. But, well, I'll just save it for Christmas Eve. One time a year you get to do this in front of your friends and family. Impress them. You might be able to do it at the birthday parties, putting out birthday candles like this, but it's not the same. It's not the same. I want you to have a Merry Christmas. I want you to win Christmas Eve service. I want you to not get candle wax everywhere. And I want you to leave with a little bit of wax on your forefinger and thumb. And by the way, like in The Price is Right, if in the Showcase Showdown, if you get within $100 of the actual price, you win the other person's Showcase 2. If you can put out someone else's candle doing this, you win their Christmas Eve too. I'm just saying. But be nice about it. I'm Jay, and I hope you have a Merry Christmas.